What is the biggest dream you've gone for? I'll go first.
I am writing a book on how to attract and call in your divine counterpart. After going on a really long road of healing and healing my inner child, I started to realize that I was stepping into a different identity. I was taking on a new form, and it was much more along the lines of what you would call a divine feminine. I was much more restful. I was giving to myself. I was centering myself, and I was creating. I was also filled with love, and I was feeling an intention to love other people and to build bridges. I started to realize that a lot of old, really destructive relationships fell out of my life at this time. And I really started to hone in and call in good, safe relationships that were loyal and for my highest good. And I met my soulmate, my divine counterpart. And it turns out that he had also gone on a healing journey and that he was emanating the qualities of a divine masculine. And from that partnership and union, we ended up getting married. I realized that when a divine feminine and a divine masculine meet and they fall in love and they commit to divine union or marriage or whatever, it actually creates this beautiful symbiosis where he is providing and protecting for her, and he is holding space for her emotions because he's done his own healing work and emotions don't scare him. And she is now able to rest and receive and to create and to live out her life's purpose, which in many cases for a divine feminine is to build bridges, unify people, and to heal the world. And so I feel really passionate about this process, and I wrote a 14-day step process to call this in. And you may not get it done in 14 days. It may take 6 months. In my case, it only took 6 months of applying these principles and taking these steps to call in my divine counterpart. So I am finally writing a book, and it's so interesting that your video would come across my feed because your project sounds amazing, and it sounds like just what the collective needs, a short video on trauma healing. And I think that coming into divine union and meeting our divine counterparts, but more importantly, healing from within and stepping into our divine femininity and our divine masculinity is one of the most important things that we can do as human beings and in this earthly collective to ascend Earth from 3D into 5D and to move us into this higher level consciousness of healing, growth, unity. And I think my book is going to do just that. So I think both of us are on the road to creating projects and passion projects from the heart that are really going to move forward the collective and heal the world. And I can honestly say that I've waited my entire life to write this book. I've always been a writer. I've always been a reader. I wrote a whole book, a memoir, about 10 years ago, but I never ended up publishing it because it just didn't feel like the right time. But I know now that writing that first book was preparation for me to write this second book. And I am so happy to admit that today I am on the 14th step of my book. Today I am writing the very last chapter of my book. And it feels like a really, really special day. So I wanted to stitch your video and just celebrate that.